Hello, friends. We're gonna wait for Miss Renee to get finished. And while she finishes up, I'm gonna get myself shared out. So if you're seeing this part of the video, you're probably not seeing the red live button, and so you are catching me on replay. But thank you so much for being here. Hello there, Miss Yadi. Hello there, Miss Yvonne. Thank you so much for this event and for hosting it and for allowing me to be part of it. I'm excited for today. So it is winter birds. So we are going to be working with some cardinals today. But hopefully you guys like what we're gonna do. And so I'm just gonna get myself sprinkled out here a little bit, sent out into the universe for others to know that I'm here. And yep, so thank you for that. I appreciate that. So we are where we need to be. Miss Renee is finished up. And again, if you are not part of the free group, it is Yadi's Workshop and Friends. It is thank you, dear. And we are the last presenter for today. So if you missed anybody, you need to go back and watch the replays. Get inspired, because you might be inspired to do something. Hello there, Coastal Creations. How are you? Alright. We are going... Hey, Miss Colleen. How are you, my friend? So I'm going to turn you guys down so you can see what it is that I have on my desk here. Actually, I have a little bit of baking soda so we can make some snow later. So I have this 2-piece ornament, okay? And here's my napkin. It is a really pretty bird. He's super cute. I think he's adorable. And we're going to use him. So welcome in, welcome in. Like I said, we are part of an event today, and I'm super excited to be here. I'm glad when I'm able to participate in one of Miss Yadi's events. Sundays is a little hard because it's the day we try to spend time together, hubby and me, but he's been working non-stop, no days off, for 3 weeks now. And then today we actually were I was woke up by him that his father was in the hospital, so we actually went to go see him. He's okay. They're keeping him for observation and stuff, but they still have no answers of what's going on. So there's 2 ways to go about doing this with this napkin. We can either decoupage it the normal way, like that, on the inside. Obviously we would trim it up and everything else, and then it would be on the inside like this, okay? Or we can reverse decoupage it, where it would be on the back end like that, and then we'd still have, you know, the option to shaker it or whatever we want. So these are fun to play with because you can, like I said, you can do whatever you wish with them, regular decoupaging or reverse. Key thing whenever you're using a napkin is to make sure that you get all of your plies off. That is always important. So I actually think I'm going to do him on the inside this go around. And I was like, I just brought my cleaning wipes back. Where'd they go? So we're going to, I'm just going to clean this up a little bit. Just right quick. I want to make sure that we don't have anything on the surface. Okay, so just wiping it down a little bit. And now I'm going to take those extra plies and use them to make sure that we have everything. So yeah, you know, last Sunday my husband's best friend passes away, and then this Sunday his father ends up in, it's like, okay, now that's enough. That's enough for 2026, please. You know, so much going back to back. You know, to get a call that, you know, him and his wife were doing their normal. They go to Waffle House in the morning before church, and he just said, I don't feel well, and went non-responsive. And then when the EMTs from the fire department showed up, they said it took about 5 minutes of oxygen until he actually started to be responsive. So of course, you know, I'm really scared, but he's alert and he's talking because we went to see him. I did just get a call about an hour ago that they are keeping him overnight for observation, and they are running some CT scans and stuff. So we just hope that it will not be anything too serious. So Miss Yadi, your box was so cute. Alright, I'm just using regular Elmer's school glue, but if you have Mod Podge or a collage medium that you prefer to use, by all means, use that. You know, use whatever you have on hand and the thing that you like the most, okay? And trying to make sure that my bird is actually going to be centered. And then I'm going to go smack down in the middle first. And because this is curved, obviously we have to very carefully, and it is, we're doing the wet method because there's no way we could do the dry method on this. Hey there, Miss Mary. How are you, my friend? And I don't have a plastic bag right now, because you do want to use either like a plastic bag, like a Ziploc bag, or like some saran wrap, something, when you're doing this, because it does get sticky and you don't want your fingers to get the glue and then, you know, you not be able to it ends up sticking to your finger. That's not good. So that's why I'm constantly doing this number. I'm trying to take that off. I know there's going to be wrinkles. It's just the name of the game whenever you're working with a curved surface. And Miss Yadi, you were saying, oh, that we have a day off. I don't have a day off. I actually have to work tomorrow. We still have school tomorrow. But I'm glad you get a day off. And other people. But we don't. We actually, because Mondays is our only in-person day, we still go to classes. Because if not, we won't have the required amount of meeting times for the year. Miss Colleen, she's like, I'm off every day. That, you know, Miss Colleen, that is a blessing. And you get to do the things that you love. Yeah, for us, like I said, because of the fact that we only meet on Mondays in person, and we have to have certain requirements for the kids, validation with the, you know, to meet the requirements that the Department of Education requires of homeschool kids. Yeah, we still meet on MLK Day. But yeah, public school is out. Most regular private schools will be out. Heck, my son who's in Okinawa is off. He's got the day off. So, wow, 50 years. That's a lot. But see, now it's time to enjoy life, right? I mean, you did enjoy it obviously while you were working, but now is the time that you can really sit back and be like, right, and enjoy it. Hopefully that is the case, Miss Colleen. And now you have the time to do the things that you love. Or you have more time to do the things that you love. How about that? Yeah. Yeah, hubby's got 10 more years before he can retire. So we still got a little ways to go. We still got a little ways to go. And I'm just blessed that I'm able to stay home. Miss Yvonne, you too, you get to stay home, huh? Every day and decide what you would like to do for the day. You know, that is a blessing, to be able to know that, you know, you've worked, that part of your life is complete, and that now it is about enjoying the rest of your life, as they say, right? Hey, Miss Renee. Your porch leaner was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I mean, I'm telling you, all the creators today, very inspiring. Okay, I'm just being a little extra right now, trying to get rid of that so it doesn't look super bad with the wrinkles. But thank you for the sprinkles. I do appreciate it, because they do help to get us out there. Hey there, Miss Grace. How are you, my friend? I hope you've had a blessed Sunday. Another amazing craft done by another amazing creator today. So again, if you missed any of the presenters from today, please go to Yadi's Workshop and Friends. Again, it is a free group that you can join, and you can see all of the amazing creators. And you can see what everybody did. Thank you for spreading the blessings. I appreciate that. Alright, so we've trimmed the edges here. Now I'm going to let this dry, and while this dries, we're going to work on another project. I knew they would be easy, so it's like, oh, I can do both of these. It's like, while one dries, I'll work on the other one. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry, okay, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna put in some snow to make it look more like a winter bird, okay, because right now it don't look, yeah, I mean, we know he's a winter bird because he's a cardinal, but he needs some winter around him, so we're gonna winterfy him. All right, so while that one dries, this is my next surface that I have. And I was actually trying to take this off. I had gotten this surface at Hobby Lobby, oh, a while back, like a good while back. And I'm trying to use surfaces and items that I have, but I did print these off. I had these under my winter birds file in my computer, so I am not 100% sure, but there's a TD on both of these, so if maybe somebody knows who does those, because I don't remember. But this is one set of prints, and then this is the other one. So I wasn't 100% sure which one I wanted to go with. I'm almost tempted to go with one of these ones. Ooh, even that one, look, it looks like he's coming out. That one's pretty cute. I like that one because it's like he's coming out. Or like this one right here. So what do y'all think? Should we go with the one where it looks like he's coming out, or with the two? Which one do y'all think? Which one should we use? I know, they're very pretty prints. And based off of the one that we use is what I need to color the board. Because if we go with this one, then I need to paint the board like a blue. If we go with this one, then I can paint it white. So which one are we thinking? A or B? A or B? The one with the two cardinals on it? Okay. Anybody else? You like the one with the letters in the background? Alright. So then we are going to get us some blue paint. B, 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 B. Everybody's going for B. We got it. We will do B. And I'm trying to see. I think. will not work. I'm gonna mix some colors up right quick and see if we can figure it out. Miss Mary says A. Well, we ended up having 2 B's and 1 A. So we'll go with B. And I'm actually going to mix tropical green with some blue to hopefully get as closest to that color as possible. Or at least something very similar. So, how's everybody's Sunday been? Told y'all about my crazy Sunday. What has y'all's been like? It normally don't take much to give us a crazy day around here. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, well, very early this morning, we had snowfall here. Which I was surprised that we had it this far up, honestly, because it was supposed to be further south. But luckily it really wasn't a whole lot of, like, it drizzled just enough to make it mad, I would say. Between cooking and laundering, my weekend flew. Well, at least now you'll be able, hopefully, to rest a little bit tomorrow, seeing as you actually have a day off, you know? Right? I mean, hopefully. I mean, I think you're in an event tomorrow, but that would still, I hope so. I hope you get to rest some tomorrow. I mean, you know, if you have a day off, you would hope that you actually get to enjoy it, right? So, hubby surprised me this morning. After we came back from the hospital, he said it was part of what he picked up for Valentine's Day for me. It's super cute. I can't wait to, once I get it out the box and put it together, I'll post a picture so everybody can see it. Alright, let's get this all dried up, and then we can decoupage our image. So for everybody who's watching, thank you so much for joining me on a Sunday evening. I do appreciate it. I am presenting in Yadi's Workshop and Friends event group, and it is called Winter Birds. That's the name of our event for today. And there's been presenters all afternoon, and there have been a variety of options as far as, you know, different crafts. So if you have missed anybody, please join the group and go and watch, be inspired, because I promise you, you will be inspired to create your own. So I'm doing a rough cut on this, and the reason for that is because I'm gonna come in with a paintbrush and water so that I can try to flare out the edge of the copy paper so that it will blend better on there. Hey there, Miss Alicia, how are you doing, dear? I hope you are blessed and having a wonderful Sunday night. I'm glad to hear that you are doing well, my friend. A napkin requires a whole lot less of force than a printed paper, but it's still gonna give us that same effect. It's gonna help. So I am. Thank you so much. Like I said, it's been a bit of a doozy of a day, but we're here, we are blessed, and that is a lot to be grateful for. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear that you're not having a good night, my friend. You know, a lot of people have been sick or have family that's sick. There's just been a lot going on. And then all this crazy weather doesn't help. Because it was supposed to snow middle, south Georgia up to the top part of Florida. I'm like, wow, I did the exact same thing last year. But it was supposed to miss us. We still got some flurries. So I saw that this morning. Hopefully she's able to get her GED then. Oh no, that's not good. Like, why would you do that? That is not right. Hey there, Miss Bonnie. How are you? I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday evening. Alright. So I'm going to now put the glue down. Again, in my case, I just use regular Elmer's school glue for this. Cold in Texas. I hear you. I hear you. We had some flurries this morning here in my part of Georgia. And I've seen from others further south where they actually got a decent bit. So definitely some unusual weather, but hey, it's make sure it's somewhat centered. You could iron it on if you wanted to, because it is a flat surface, but I did not see the need for that. Okay, so I didn't go all the way to the edge, so I'm gonna have to do this. Thank you. I appreciate that, Miss Yvonne. Miss Yvonne, you're one of the lives I did not catch. You and the presenter before you were the only two I did not get to see, so I know I will need to go back and catch replays. So you know, it's sad that people do that. People think it's okay. Alright. Oh, Miss Yvonne. I bet you were not a hot mess. You always come up with like the cutest things to do. You know, that me and hubby were actually just talking about that, about how when we went to Costa Rica and he would go to the little store, I would ask him, you know, he'd go buy himself his cigarettes or something, or when he would go, I'd send him with a note to buy bread, and he'd come back and I'd be like, okay, what bill did you pay with? And the bills, all of the bills in Costa Rica are a different color, so it makes it a lot easier. So you know that if you see a red bill, it's gonna be 1,000. You know, green is 2, 5 is blue. You know, they're just really easy. So something like what happened to you would be, you know, there would be definitely no excuse of, oh, I didn't see that, or oh, I mistaken it, because there's no mistaking, you know. And there's so many countries that have, you know, their paper money is different colors for the different denominations. We've got some of the most boring paper bills. I do not understand that. I'm like, and it's not because you've got the, you know, a president or somebody else's picture on there, because, you know, same thing. The money that I've seen from other countries also has different dignitaries on there. But it's pretty. Why does ours have to be so freaking boring? I don't get it. So all I'm doing now is coming in with some of my paint, and I'm going over the edge so that it completely blends this in to the project. And then I'm just blending out the paint. Oh, I know she did great, Miss Yvonne, because she is amazing. I know that Miss Yvonne was awesome, but, you know, sometimes we cut ourselves so short. So, yes, Miss Yadi, I agree. She did really well. I'm sure she did. And she's going to inspire me again, like she always does. So, yeah. I love the old food stamps. It always reminded you of the Monopoly money. See, I've heard that. Obviously, I'd never saw that, but I've heard that. I've heard people say that before. And I think that's so cool, though. So, yeah. But I am, again, very grateful, Miss Yadi, because I know that you many times do work with me so that I can come on later on a Sunday so that I can still participate. And so I do appreciate that very, very much. Okay, so let's dry this up. We're gonna redo it. You don't like it that much? See, you could even take something like this and cut off that piece and place it on top, which I have an extra one, so I might actually do that and make this look like a little snow globe. But for now, we're gonna work on these two. Okay, so I need to make some snow, and to do that, the best way is to take baking soda or kosher salt and mix it with your paint. So that's what we're going to work on now. Oh, thank you. So I'm just using regular white acrylic paint. Okay, nothing fancy smancy. And we are going to, like I said, add the baking soda to our paint. So that we can, hey there, Miss Carla, how are you, my sweet friend? Are you finally resting? I was good. I sent out my telegram today. I normally forget to do that. So I keep on adding because I want to see, I want it to be like super crunchy type looking and thick. If I normally mix and do the kosher salt and this together. I know it's hard, and so we're just gonna come here and on top of the little stick part we're going to add the snow. So yeah, so if I ever I have to remember, actually, I was telling hubby earlier because we were seeing all of the birds flying around when we came home from the hospital, and I was like, ooh, I need to put bird feed out in my bird feeder, because I was like, look at all these birds. So yeah, definitely have to do that. So right now I'm actually just putting the snow where there is snow based off of the picture. Okay, you can obviously put the snow wherever you want. Like I said, I'm just doing, at least for now, based off of what the print has, you know, the snow. That's what I'm doing. And then we can come back and decide if we want to add more, because we can always add more. You can't take away, but you can always add. Well, technically you could take away, you could just sand the whole thing, but you know, I actually do like how it's coming out. Now on this one, I want to add snow to it. So we're just going to start adding snow. on different parts here. Oh, thank you. No, so I have used kosher salt, and if I want it to be really gritty, I will actually mix both baking soda and the kosher salt, but this is just baking soda and paint. And I always let stuff dry overnight. I've never really timed it, so I couldn't tell you. But usually just leaving it overnight is more than enough. Even when you layered it, you layer it up like this. It is really great for lots of effect and in a cheap way. And then if you wanted to, you could, in this spot, sprinkle on, what's it called? Since I didn't do the kosher salt and it's not gritty, I could add glitter to it, but I don't do glitter, so. Thank you so much, Miss Yadi, for having me. I really do appreciate you so very much. And for anybody who is popping on, I was in Miss Yadi's event today, Yadi's Workshop and Friends. It is a free event group. I am the last presenter, but we had so many presenters today doing beautiful creations. All afternoon they were doing amazing things with the theme of winter birds. So please make sure you go and check them out. It is like Snow Tex. This is the homemade version that doesn't cost me $8 a jar. You know, because you can get a box of baking soda for 99 cents, and I already have paint, so and I can mix it with any paint I want, so I could make any paint textured. But yes, it's to give you that same effect of what you would normally have with a Snow Tex. That's what it is. That's all it is. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, yes. I would love to see what you do, because I mean, you're the painter artist. Same like Miss Teresa. You know, I'm definitely no painter. This is along my alley because it's like mixed media. So, I'm like, yeah, I can do this. But I would love to see what you do. Like when you do your snowmen, oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Because then they'd have like the texture. That would be really nice. And that's the thing, you can make a lot of it. And like I've actually brushed and painted with it. Because I'm doing small, that's why I'm using the back of it. And you can make it as thin or as thick as you want, because you're controlling it. So I think that is actually really good as far as the snow goes on that one. I don't really think it needs any more. So we're gonna leave that as is. Let me move that over there. Now there is something else that I love to play with, which is glossy accents. And if there's one thing that these beautiful birds have, what do they have that I like to put glossy accent on? Who can tell me? I know Carla can tell me. Thank you. I appreciate it. So they have eyes, and so I am going to put the glossy accents on the eyes. That way the eyes look like they're looking back at you. You could do it on the beaks too, yeah. yeah, we could totally do the beaks. Yeah, let's do the beaks over on this one. If I can get the piece that's clogged out the way, we'd be fine. But no, my thing is eyes. If there's eyes or insect style wings, like fairy wings or bug wings, I love putting, and glasses. If anything has like a pair of like reading glasses or something, they're gonna get the glossy accent on it. Why are you being so difficult today? There we go. And this dries like an epoxy, like a clear epoxy. So it's gonna have that like hard sheen to it, which is really, really nice. There is still something stuck in there, isn't there? But I hope everybody has a blessed week. We start our week off, and I know that several people will not be working, so enjoy your time off. Be safe, whatever you do, and I hope you have a blessed week filled with only good and positive things. And then we can also do the berries. Okay, we could also do the berries. Kind of tempted now to do his beak, so we're gonna do his beak too. I'm gonna do his beak. Nice. Okay, so yeah, so we can come in and do glitter. Either one will work. So do I have, I think I have, let me see if it's dark enough. If not, we're gonna do glossy accents. Maybe. Oh, yummy. We had, well, I made my daughter what is it called? What we call butter noodles, with whatever leftover noodles from whenever I made spaghetti. And so I made those for her, but I made them this time. I added some what you call it, onions and some bell peppers, and we added some chopped ham and eggs. So that's what she had, and I had the leftover spaghetti because there wasn't, I mean there was, but it's all good. Alright, so I'm just doing all of these little berries over here for them to, and then with this one I think I'm gonna leave it as is with just that. Okay, You had grits? Yum, grits is good. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, I had the leftover spaghetti. I gave Caroline her very, very dressed up butter noodles. Alright, so with this one, I plan to add like the little fake snow on it to be kind of like a shaker. So we have to completely wait for everything to dry. And then when I close it, right here on the edge, I'll probably put like a gold twine or something to cover up the seam. But I do have an extra one of these, and I think I'm actually going to glue it like that. Yeah, so normally, butter noodles and egg noodles came out of necessity, of needing to feed the kids and whatever and what we had, and it's been something that was made just to make sure the kids had something to eat is now something the kids have, you know, as they've grown up, have asked for. But I just was like, oh well, we have some onions, some bell peppers, and some ham, so I'll just chop it up. I love grits. I love grits. So yeah, so I'm actually going to glue this one down here. What I don't know is if I should add anything or just leave it like that. Like if I should add something inside of the globe. And then same thing, I'll put some kind of like cord or something and a bow up here to make it look pretty. Yeah, one of my boys doesn't like grits. He doesn't like the texture of it. But ironically, he'll eat polenta. So we mess with him a lot about that, because it's like, what? You won't eat this, but you'll eat that. So yeah, it is funny. So what do y'all think? Should I add something in this, or should I just leave it as is? Add some snow into this one as well. I can add some snow into this one as well. So then they'll both get some snow or some white glitter in them to make them shakers. And like I said, we'll put a little bit of ribbon there and around this one. And that's two different types of ornaments. One that you can hang on your tree or hang from anywhere. And then this one, same thing. I wouldn't necessarily put this one maybe on the tree because it is a little on the chunkier, heavier side. But it's definitely a really cute wall decor for sure. Yeah, have something in it. Okay. Yeah, I'll just have to wait, like I said, at least give it overnight for our two mediums to dry, so that when I put the stuff in, it doesn't stick to it. But yeah, I mean, paper, napkin, you know, wood, plastic, ornament, and you can make these however you want. Like I said, the biggest reason why I did not put the napkin on the back side was because I wanted to add the snow detail to it, because it's snowbirds. That's what our event is. It's all about snowbirds, so I had to have snow with the bird. If not, it would not be snowbirds. That was my thought. So thank you again so much for having me, Miss Yadi. I appreciate that. Yeah, I hope not. Thank you so much, you guys, for coming and hanging out with me. I do appreciate it. Y'all, please go back and see Miss Yadi, Miss Yvonne, Miss Grace, Miss Julie. Miss Julie did a busted canvas. Miss Renee just did a beautiful porch leaner. I mean, just amazing. So please go back and watch all of the creators from today and be inspired. Like I said, we all had the same theme, but we all went in such wonderfully different and beautiful routes that you know, and you guys see Miss Yadi's box. It was so pretty. So I love you too, Miss Carla. Thank you again, guys, for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And I'm gonna go and wash my brushes so I don't destroy more brushes. You guys have a blessed beginning of your week, and I'm gonna go and get ready for tomorrow's classes. I love y'all. Be blessed, and know that, you know, no matter what's going on, you are special, you are worth it, and you are loved. I love you guys.